What's up, stream? What up? How's everyone doing? We got open right now. I just made it. Shot clock. Look at ES, then look at NQ just off the bat. Why are they, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are they this different? Don't like that. NQ looks very weak. Sheesh. NQ looks very weak. Yes, is holding up a little bit. We're coming down off this 15-minute sippy. I don't love the discrepancy right off the bat. Just, I haven't looked at anything yet. I've been out of sync with the markets for the last, I guess technically the whole week, because we missed the last 2 stream days. I was really busy. Doing stuff for my sister's, wedding. She has a wedding coming up, so congrats to her. So it's like a bachelorette party on Sunday, Monday. And then obviously Monday we went out and did all that. So I slept there in Rhode Island into Tuesday, and so I just got home yesterday. So we have, all right, let's work through this really quick. I know opens right now. If we, miss something right off open, that's all right. I'm not gonna rush into understanding price. I'm gonna try to run through price really quick, and then I'll catch up on chat. Just because I want to at least see what's, like, have a feel for what's going on right now. So I was originally watching these highs. Okay, I still feel like we should go higher because we flipped this daily SIBI. This was that line in the sand we talked about last week. I still feel like we should go higher this week and maybe into next week. Despite NQ looking very bearish. I think daily time frame looks bullish to me still. Unless this wants to just mess around and come down for the daily BISI right here. There's a daily gap here too. It's an interesting spot. It looks like NQ wants to. If NQ keeps coming down hard here, guys, then we'll probably go for this daily BISI. Overall, though, I think we go down to go up as of right now. That's a 4-hour. NQ's very weak. So if you're gonna short, you want to short the Nasdaq, and if you're gonna long, you want to long the S&P. So SMT off these highs. This may come down for the daily gap. Yeah, we SMT'd off these highs right here. Four-hour internal tag. Bearish SMT on NQ. Potentially trading down for the daily gaps. But I ultimately would say I'd like to see that type of thing now that we flipped the daily gap. I don't know why we would flip the daily gap to come down again. If we do, that's just weird delivery. In terms of the session, I don't love where we are right now. This is a little bit of a confusing protocol day. Because it's like NQ's making new lows and almost looks trendy on the 1 hour, but ES doesn't. ES looks like it's chopped. ES looks like it's rangy. Let me catch up on chat. Thenix, what's up, bro? Good morning. Andrew Lee, what's up, man? Good morning. Bamo, what's up, man? Stoolman, what's up? Good morning. Darling URFX. Or Darlingu. It's either Darlingu or Darlinger or Darlingur. Darling, if I butcher your guys' names, I apologize. I do not mean to do that. I mean no disrespect. It's hard to read names and get them all pronounced correctly. Darlinger FX. I think that's what it might be. Mohammed, what's up, man? Good morning or good afternoon from Nigeria. What's up, man? Good morning from me. Good afternoon to you. Meraki, good morning, man. Missed your stream the past 2 days. Yeah, was the sessions not good? I haven't even looked. What's up, Samson? XC? EKSEE, what's that? Prime time, what's up, bro? Ennis, we missed you. What's up, man? I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. It makes me feel good about myself. Someone misses me. Just kidding. B2 Goat, what's up, man? What up? Imran Ali. Hi, bro. How are you? I'm good, man. I'm good. We did a little bit of drinking this weekend. Not a lot. Like, I wasn't really bad, but we drank a little bit to celebrate. I drink maybe 3 times a year, and this time of year is the time that I would. Before this, I hadn't drank in like, I think 8 months. Last October. So I'm not a big drinker. I don't believe that alcohol is very net good for the world, but sometimes you gotta let your hair down, as my sister's boyfriend likes to say, and have some fun, you know what I mean? So we are selling down. The thing is, we could reach down for this daily gap. If that's the case, we play trend down, because NQ is definitely trendy now. I wouldn't say this is range. This looks trendy enough to maybe play towards previous day low, which should which should coincide with that daily BISI. So if we played shorts, I'm just looking for a previous day low, and I wouldn't want more than that. So we could try to play some trend retracement here. Where's that black line's the Civi tag. Yeah, so this inversion on the 5-minute wasn't bad. But now I think I would want to see some retracement to short NASDAQ to previous day low. Is this really going to be am I going to come back to a session where we just drop 400 points and then do nothing the rest of the session? I think this will give a retracement, personally. I do personally believe we'll get a retracement on this one. I don't see this going all the way down to PDL with no retracement. Let's hope. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. But I do think we'll get a retracement. Thoughts on daily BISI below ES? Yeah, I like that as draw. I like that as draw. I like how he flipped this daily Cibi for longs, but to me, what we could be doing is going down to go up on the higher time frame. So just retracing this daily leg into the overlapping OB and gap to then go higher. I could see something like that. Otherwise, it's just chopping. I mean, this is pretty choppy on the weekly, so we just got to adapt to the chop. Like I said, this is why we take what we can get every single day. I'm not trying to hold for these crazy moves. I don't need to be super right. And the beauty of how we trade, you know, I know we're really consistent with biases, guys, but even if we're wrong on bias, if you're trading off a high probability, you know, narrative area, you could get a reaction to get your base hit and then end up being wrong on your bias instead of a winning trade. So there's a good amount of lenience or like leeway there to, like, you could take a base hit winner and then end up having your bias wrong on the day or something like that. We're pretty consistent with our daily bias though. So if you can get on side, or let's say you get the daily bias wrong off the open, if you can cut your losses in terms of like mentally just move on and accept that you have the wrong bias and then realign with the new information, that's a superpower. I feel like that's something we do really well on stream. So that's something you guys can pay attention to if you're studying. When we're wrong about bias, which I feel like we're right lower, you know, I feel like we have the correct bias right now, as of right now, lower into the daily BISI. But when we're wrong about our bias, just watch how quickly I'm able to realign and be like, okay, wrong bias, this is what it's saying now, let's flip. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to marry. If you come into a session with a bullish daily bias and information proves you otherwise, or you know, maybe you see new things that invalidate that, you don't need to marry that idea the whole day. I view bias as a short-term thing, like more intraday. But I do believe we should be coming down to go up. 5-minute Cibi. We could try to. I don't love how ES took out the London lows, but I do feel like this could still come down and reach for previous day low. I would be trying to play trend here. ES is still in like its weird little range, which I really don't love. See how he took out range lows. But NQ is trendy for sure. Jeez. First timer, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy. I hope you learned something. If you come into the stream with the right intentions, I was gonna say intentionality. That is not a word. I was about to just create a word. If you come into the stream with the right intentions and you really are looking to learn and improve, this is gonna be a great stream for you, man. So stay tuned in and you'll learn new things every single day because we don't hold anything back. We have not retraced. So we could try to play this. Try model down into PDL. If it doesn't play, it doesn't play. And you know, I don't feel like right now everything's A+. But I'm looking at daily BISI as draw. Like this daily gap down here, I want to see NQ reach into it. That would be like my low-hanging fruit draw and target for the day, where once that's hit, probably going to be more hands off. So I'd like to see this retrace now, and then we play some type of short down. And like I said, if it doesn't play, we cut our losses. We start the week -1R. That's fine. We've been there many times before, chat. This is tough. This is gonna be tough just looking at the lower time frame. I would love more of a retracement, more displacement, because right now this lower time frame is tough. I don't know how we're gonna take a trade off that. If we get a deeper retrace up here, then get that inversion, that'd be much better. So then I could take that leg. But right now, this looks tough. Yeah, give us a good push here. Good push here. Give us a good deeper trace up. We have the 50. Yeah, so we're bouncing off the London lows. I just don't know how we're gonna play this down unless we get an order flow flip that's clean. We'd have to have stop at this retracement leg high. Not in anything. For those that are new to the stream, we're not in any trade. You'll see very clearly on the chart when I'm, you know, putting my orders out there to take a trade and when I'm in a trade. Now, I'm not suggesting anyone just follow what I'm doing and just take trades with me. I want this to be an educational stream, not just come watch the stream to take winning trades with me. You know what I mean? Reverse engineer the logic. Understand why I'm looking for what I'm looking for. Right now, I'm looking for a draw down into this black line, which is the daily BISI. Because I believe that should be the draw right now. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and we'll realign like we just talked about. This is offering enough retracement for me to get involved with. The thing is, I'd actually like to see more than play it short, but let's see. Just because I don't know how we're going to get a lower time frame signature in this. There's no gap for me to play back down. There's no displacements. For the change in state, guys, you guys might get OB right here. But I don't trade change in states on the entries. I don't need them. Failure to offer fair value on the 4-hour. Seek liquidity. If we sustain lower, yeah, I'd be exactly. It'd be failure to offer fair value. We'd be flipping this 4-hour, reaching into the daily gap. That's exactly what we're looking for right now, Buggle. We're trying to gauge that, but yeah, that's the exact logic. The 4 hours failing. We've already flipped on ES here, see? And so we're looking for it to, but like in the perspective of the 4-hour, we're seeking liquidity on the 4-hour into the daily BISI. In the perspective of the daily, we're just offering fair value. You see that? You see how price is fractal? So really, we're offering fair value on the daily, but on the 4 hour, we failed to offer, and we're seeking these lows, which is a daily fair value, if that makes sense. That's why you need to use everything in context of each other from the top down. I don't know how I'm gonna get like an entry on this. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get involved in this if it just sells down right here. Because there's no signature for me to trade. It's gonna have no entry model, most likely. Unless we get a clean bearish gap right here, then I can enter on the order flow flip, but there's no inversion to play. I'd actually like to see this set up a 15-minute or something. Yeah, but I still lean daily Bissy draw. We'll see though. This already doesn't feel like a very high probability session. Based on what I saw and from the people I talked to this week, this whole week hasn't been good so far. Can you see 30-second? I don't use the 30-second. I use 1 minute and 5. News is incoming in 15 minutes, right? Yeah. You know what that means, Isha. Or Ishara. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. You know what that means? We're probably gonna hold this thing up until news. And then news is gonna be at PDL, and then they're gonna bounce it with news at PDL. That makes perfect sense to me. This should come down. Here's my anticipation, chat. This comes down for PDL, which is the daily gap, and then news drops at 10 a.m. right around when we hit the PDL, or right before we hit the PDL. Comes down, comes into it, then bounces out. Come down, mess around. Boom. News drop either right before we tag into it or right after. Bounce off the PDL, aka Bissy. We'll see though. We're not in anything, chat. Before someone takes a trade thinking we're in something, we are not in anything. You'll know. You'll see it on the chart. I got headphones on with no music right now. If this bounces right back up here into the range, that'd be interesting. I can't hear anything. I'll trade before news. I'm not worried about news unless it's a big 3 news driver, like one of the FOMC, NFP, CPIs. I'll trade during and before news. Save me, 'cause I've been going insane. All I care about in terms of news, chat, like what I will not trade, is news where it's too volatile to manage risk. So news, if there's ever a state, chat, if there's ever a state of price where you can't effectively manage your risk, like you can't manage your downside without opening yourselves up to a ton of slippage and risk that you don't want, if that ever happens, you shouldn't be trading. So like a FOMC, an NFP, a CPI, those are the big 3 news drivers. Those I will not trade during because there's too much volatility, and on certain NFPs, certain CPIs, certain FOMCs, it's so volatile that you'll just get slipped and not filled on a stop loss. So that's gambling. I won't trade through those. I avoid those. So tell me where you're going, 'cause I'm worried about you. I mean, that's a lot of a retracement. I don't love this. ES is still within a tight range too, chat. So does this really actually play it back up? Was reversal off this the play? I don't know. Because NQ looked very trendy, but ES is having a beautiful reaction off this. The range low. Keeps me tame. So save me from my mind. Save me. save me. So save me from my mind. We flip these over. Let's see if we come down or not. You turn me to a madman. Let's see if we reject fair value here. It's area fair value. So we flipped up on the 1 minute. This could just be retracement still. Okay, good reaction. This is not bad. We'd be trading right before news. But we now have a signature to come down and play. Yeah, we don't want to see this wick hard. And I'll forgive. So save me from my mind. Save me. I'm not in anything yet, chat. This is such an in-between risk. I either take too little risk or too much. You know it keeps me tame. Save me. Save me. So save me from my mind. So we gotta reject overlapping, yeah. Fair value. I don't love it. I'm gonna give this a C if we take. It's a C trend model down. The reason, again, nuances chat. We're gonna talk about some nuances here. ES really isn't trendy to me. ES isn't showing convincing signs of wanting to be a trending market and aligned with NQ. It's actually showing the opposite. It's sweeping range lows and it's showing that it wants to be a consolidating market. And so there's a chance now where we just flip up here and that reversal model just played right back into the range, and now NQ comes back up and then we get news and whatever happens happens. So if this were to come down hard and confirm, it's definitely going to be a C setup for me trying to play this. Because we're kind of basic, in terms of a protocol chat, we're kind of seeing two disagreeing things right now. Look at the 15. Look at the 15 minute on NQ. And then look at it on ES. See what I mean? So it's almost like conflicting protocols with lower probability. And this is, yeah, ES is coming up. I don't think we're going to get anything. I was leaning more trend protocol down into this gap than trying to play range reversal off this. That's why. If we had NQ in a range here, we'd be playing that long all day. But because NQ is looking very trendy, I wanted to see this daily gap reach for it. So now we got news in 8 minutes. How are you supposed to fit up? ES feels like it's weak. I think the opposite. I think ES feels strong. Like the structure on ES is a lot stronger than the structure on NQ, but it's still consolidation. This is like we come into the session and we see this on both tickers. You know it's a range protocol. But the thing about today is we came in at 9:30 and we actually saw this from NQ. I mean, that's not range to me. That's trend. So it's a little bit of a trickier read today, honestly. This is trendy and this is rangy. It's too much, girl. I took the ES reversal. Nice. It looks good. It looks good. I would probably break even that here. If we took the ES reversal chat, it would have been this. Sorry, girl, I ain't about that life. Oh, yeah, sit inside. We can either take that or this low. I'd straight up just target the highs. And we'd be risk free. Yeah, I'd straight up just play to those range highs personally for a base hit. I don't need more. Just waiting for news. Yeah, news is gonna give us some direction in 6 minutes. Yeah, I wait for order flow to confirm. That's a good point, Zay. I haven't held through news, I think, in the last 2 months, but in the past I would. But yeah, that's a good point. Certain firms that I'm trading now might have. That is a very good point. Like that could be something where if I hold through news and one of the firms has a rule for it, they'll deny a payout. But what is the qualification for that? You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of news all the time. Is it only red folder? Like today's PMI, is that really gonna be? It's kind of dumb if firms don't let you hold through PMI. PMI is not like this crazy jaw-dropping news drop. Like PMI data isn't gonna, you know, have the same effect in NFP or CPI or FOMC. Why even speak if I got nothing left to say? I'm out of my mind, but it's alright. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. If it was like major red folder, that makes sense to me, but you could take your time. If that's the case, then we'll probably need to be entering after news. I'll have to look at the rules for everyone. You can have it, you can keep it. Yeah, I think it depends on the firm. But where, you know what I also don't like about the news rules is that's so like what is a red folder and what is a yellow folder, because different news sources are going to classify them differently, right? So they should very distinctly post what news source they're using to determine red folder. Does that make sense? Like if you go to Forex Factory and then you compare Forex Factory to another news driver, one might call PMI red and then the other might call it orange, or so on and so forth. So it's almost like subjective, and it left up for interpretation about what is red folder, which is sus. I don't like that. They should very distinctly say, we base our news off of this source or website, and when there's red folder, you must not be able to enter a trade 2 minutes before or after. But they don't do that. Generally, I'll hold through anything that is an FOMC, NFP, CPI. I've been making money move. Yeah, I use Forex Factory every time in the mode. I mean, we haven't held through any news in a while, so. But I'm not gonna lie, I haven't worried about it. I have not been thinking about that. I do worry about FOMC, NFP, CPI, like I said. I'm not good at English. Can I learn the course only in Chinese? Yeah, we can. We just have to get it transcripted, but I could easily do that. Yes. I don't know how to translate that in Chinese, but yes, we definitely can. We just would need to get it transcripted. I'm gonna respond to you in English text. But yeah, if English isn't your guys' first language or anything, is that news? No, it's 9:59. If English isn't your guys' first language or something, we can always translate, get transcript in a different language. Pizzo, hands up. What's up, Jamil? We back. Thing is, the session's looking bad, Jamil. Alright. 40 seconds. We did not come down for the daily gap, so what we were looking for off news is not going to play. We popped up. Whoa. No biggie. Yeah, crazy red folder. Crazy red folder chat, right? That's what they're worried about? This little move? Girl, it's been so long. Did you have fun? Cause I'ma need a cab just to get me, huh? 60 points on NQ chat. That's it. See what I mean? It's just NFP, FOMC, and CPI that we really, in my opinion, would need to worry about. And even though we let it go, it's better that you know I still got it for you. Yeah, nah, that's interesting though, because if we entered this reversal chat, we would have just hit TP as the news dropped. So it's probably good that we didn't take anything, because this would have hit PT, yeah, but that could have been something they deny a payout off of if we trade through this news, based on what Zay's saying. Which when it comes to prop firms, Zay knows what he's talking about. I know all the rules. The only thing is the news rules depend on the firm. So off the top of my head, I don't know which firms are weird about news and not. But you see what I mean about, like, PMI is not going to move the market. Like, PMI is not something where you can't manage your risk in. You trade, you hold through a PMI, that's fine. Like, you can still manage risk. So we're looking for buys now. I almost like a short off this high, honestly. I almost like a short right off that high. And we have the 1 hour SIBI right here. So I don't really want to look for buys. But I'm worried about entering now because of what Zay said. It's 10:02. Wait, I think we're good. And even though we let it go, it's better that you know I still. If this sells down hard, we could try to play range high. It's better that you know I still got it for you. NQ still hasn't hit the 1 hour high though. I don't love the fact that we haven't done that. Here's the 1 hour SIBI. Right here, the black line. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that after the sessions. Are we just gonna leave the 1 hour SIBI and come down? I hate how the 1 hour gap's right up there, chat. If this took out range high and then NQ tagged that 1 hour SIBI, I'm slamming this right now. This is tough. I mean, this looks like it's gonna go. So if I short down here, okay, so it's 2. If it comes up for the 1 hour SIBI, then maybe we just take the L. We try one more time off the highs. I just hate how this is the 1 hour SIBI right here, because it's left untagged. It makes me feel like it's gonna come back up for it. I'm not in yet, chat. A little nuance. I want to see this. I want to see this not come up in, like, I want to. How do I word this? I need more confirmation, basically. Nuance here, chat. Nuance here. Technically, this just confirmed that one minute flip, chat, but I want to see a little bit more. This is the discretion side of my trading. I got to see this really come down a little bit more and convince me that it doesn't want to reach up for the 1 hour SIBI up here. Because I can always enter a little bit later. I don't need to enter right at the top up here. I want to see a little more confirmation that this actually doesn't want to reach for that 1 hour SIBI and wants to just leave it, because I'm not convinced it doesn't want to come up here. What time is the live broadcast? I'm live every single day at 9:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. I'm sure that you could use something to translate it, but I don't think YouTube can do it automatically. It takes time. So like if you were to watch them a day later, I think you could. If you were to watch them the day after, I think YouTube would have it transcribed for you and translated, but the same day live, I don't think it will. But I like it here, oh better. Forever. EA is really cool. I like what they're doing. Honestly, I'm gonna keep communicating with E8. I do have a code with E8 right now. But full transparency, chat, I have no accounts right now with E8. I do want to. I have a budget for July, so like I give myself a monthly budget, chat. I have a budget for July. I'll probably get some E8 because E8 does look like a good firm. Right now, I'm not trading them though, but I plan to. This is going back up. This is why we lean into discretion, chat. Discretion. It's not just entry. It's not. There's more to it. There's more nuance. There's more discretion. The more that I leaned, the thing is, you have to build this skill set. Like intuition and discretion is gonna hurt you as a new trader, but when you look at charts a lot, it becomes a superpower. And you guys see every single day on stream how many trades I don't like don't feel right, the spidey senses as we say, turn into losses because it's a feel thing. I did not like how this, cool, it confirmed, right? From a pure entry confirmation perspective, this confirmed, chat. Yes. But with the 1 hour SIBI resting right there above, which is a major draw and magnet, I needed to really be convinced of this wanting to just leave that alone, as opposed to bounce off this and retrace still. So I would have been open to shorting if we'd have already taken out that 1 hour SIBI, but that nuance there is what kept me out, waiting for more confirmation. So I want to see convincingly that to come down, because right now ES is pushing up, chat. Like ES is bullish. See what I mean? ES has been stronger the whole session. Now ES is no longer sweeping those highs. Had this tagged the 1 hour SIBI and swept highs out at the same time, could have been a nice short back down, but ES is strong. This is a weird session right now. Like we came down to basically nothing and then bounced back up. We have the overlapping gap in the OB right here. I think this reaches up. This might reach up into the 1 hour SIBI on NQ, then come back down again. But beautiful, chat. We just avoided that. Discretion. Nuance, chat. Nuance. We avoid losses because we look at price a lot. I can only do that because I've literally stared at charts for 7 years. Like no exaggeration. I have stared at charts for 7 years straight. Literally every day I show up 9:30 to 12 and I look at these charts. That's crazy to think about, honestly. Honestly, weird to think about. Like that makes me feel weird thinking about, but it was worth it. It was all worth it. It was all very worth it. Alright, let's see what happens here. How old are you? I'm 26. I started trading when I was 19. Like late 2019. I don't love this session, chat. It's really not that good of a session. We got strength on ES, weakness on NQ, and then we have kind of a little bit decoupled price. If we played that range low sweep, I feel like we would have got screwed by the news anyway because of the rules Zay was talking about. Yeah, I got the racks on me. Run up on me, you get hit on me. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Alright, that's enough rappy rap for me. Just on our Bibles and brand new iPhones and wonder why we feel this way. 0 for 0 so far, same. Man, 22 is nothing. You got 4 or 5 good years of absolutely grinding to be profitable. It took me a while, man. Took me a while. And now you have a much shorter learning curve because you're watching someone that actually, you know, knows what they're talking about. There's a lot of people out there that play a role. They're playing cosplay in real life. Been trading about 3 years. Yeah, it's just like, I would say year 3 to 4 is generally where you have a good chance of starting to see consistency. $100 to Apex payout. Let's go. You know what that means, S7. You need to wait for the setup, and you risk $50 1 to 2, or $100 1 to 1. But do not force it, bro. Do not force it. Let me tell you right now, because a lot of people, when they're close to that payout, they just want to get that $100. Do not force it. Oh, you're still you're still in long. Nice. Yeah, just trail it tight. Brand new iPhones and wonder why they feel this way. Here's the highs on ES. I don't know if we'll reach up for them or not, though. I feel like we could, you know, reject this 1 hour gap at any point. Let's see. I don't really want to long up here. Like, I like where you longed. I like where you longed. I would have longed down here. I don't want to long up here. I would have wanted to long in here. But, like I said, with the news rules and stuff, that also might not have worked well for us, so. But I was looking for a trend down to daily PDL down here, so. Bibles and brand new iPhones and wonder why we feel this way. I hope you get it, S7, but I don't know if we might reject at any point. I'm not gonna lie to you. I genuinely hope you get it, but just from like my perspective on price, I feel like this can come down at any point. We are sweeping out this high too now. Yeah, I could see this coming down. But let's see. You got to see ES give, and it hasn't. So ES has showed no signs of slowing up. So that's good for you. We're back, chat. Unfortunately, it's a bank holiday on Friday, so we just got today and tomorrow streaming, but we'll be live the whole week next week as well. We'll be live again tomorrow 9:30 a.m. So I kind of want to play this back down. Yeah, there's a video on order flow flip, I believe. I can verify that, but I'm pretty sure I made a full video on order flow. I definitely did. Can someone verify? But I'm like 98% sure there's a full video on order flow flips. What I don't have a full video on in there is inversions, but I could do that. But inversions are pretty simple, and the whole fair value failure to offer fair value logic is just inversions, like what Buggle was explaining before with the 4 hour down here. We wanted to potentially see that come reach down into the lows, which obviously we haven't, but the failure to offer fair value is just the failure of that gap. Like if we were to close over this, we're failing to offer fair value. I see this coming down, chat. Show me the way when it's dark outside. But I want to see ES flip these lows. I mean these gaps first. You know my honey, you know my heart. Lord, I keep my price. You give me your eyes. It's like an eagle. You want me to fly? Yeah. Yeah, ES is holding it up, man. I don't know. You got to see ES go. Got to see ES go, or I don't like it. And I pray that the dark won't have me. I wake up in your light, shining around me. I was dead in the dirt when you found me. I might try this, chat. I might give this a go. ES is so strong, though. This is a C setup, chat. C. Not an A, not a B. C. ES is so heavy. I mean, ES is so strong. Like NQ, I want to see ES get more heavy, and NQ feels decently heavy. Like it wants to go, but yeah, this is sus, dude. Because ES, I want to see ES flip these to even consider it. It's gotta flip this. Because ES is holding up. I'm trying to short this 1 hour Sibi back down because NQ is trendy and weak. But ES is holding it up. So this is a C setup for me. It's not an A+. YM strong too. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, they might hold up. I gotta see more out of it. There's definitely a tougher short here. We need to really see ES give to be convinced to short. Otherwise, I think it just holds up. If it holds up, where is it going though? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. I guess previously high. It's just confusing. Like I feel like if it's gonna sell, it should do it now. If this is gonna come down, it should do it here. If it doesn't come down from here, then I think we go up to PDH. Like if it's gonna come lower, it should do it now. And if it doesn't, I'm not gonna look to short. It's got to be from this 1 hour Sibi and then the high here for me to play a short now. Because if we just keep going up, I'm not gonna try and short. Because it's very strong. ES is holding things up. ES is strong. It's leading for higher. Yeah, I don't have a video on inversions because they're so easy, bro. It's just a candle close over the gap. You know what I mean? So I didn't make a video on the inversions. I kind of just assume most people know how to use that. It's a very, like, that's not what makes the model profitable. You know what I mean? Like, inversions are cool. They're a good way to get in. I like them because they offer an easy way to get in. But what makes the model profitable is the internal external logic, drawing liquidity and narrative, like picking the right narratives and getting on side every single day. And then obviously the way we target things. Like I feel like we're just very good now at adapting to what we're getting out of the, you know, price and market. E8, I didn't even see that. E8 Pro is Forex or crypto? Yeah, I can't do that. E8 0? Let me see. E8 market 0. What if there were 0 rules? No consistency rule, no mandatory buffer. Pokemon Center's up, chat. Hold on. I gotta get in the queue. Yeah. We're about to be in queue while we're on stream. Hold on. I'm waiting for price anyway. If Pokemon Center's up, chat, drop what you're doing. Click on every object built to produce music. Bro. Captures are annoying as heck. I'm in a queue. 20-minute timer. That's beautiful. You guys might watch me hit on stream. It'd be so funny if I hit on Pokemon Center on stream. It'd be hilarious. All right, back to what I was saying. Because ES is holding this up. E8 market 0. 0 rules, no consistency, no buffer, no. Bro, what? How? No min trading days, no trailing drawdown, no daily drawdown, no profit cap. Bro, how? How? My main question right now is how are they gonna do that? One phase, static drawdown, daily payouts. Bro, what? How? Zay, how? How are they possibly gonna do that and be profitable as a business? I don't, bro, how are they gonna make that work though? Like where do they make money? I don't know. That's a little, I guess they're trying to set the pace for a good environment for traders, which I like. That's cool, but how are they gonna do that? You know what I mean? No consistency rule, no mandatory buffers, no minimum trading days, no trailing drawdown. Bro, how? It sounds great from a trader perspective, but just me thinking logically, like as from a business perspective, how are they gonna do that? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like chat, you gotta understand that prop firms are a business, right? So with modern prop firms, we all know that they make money because most traders lose money. We all understand this. We all accept it as fact. It's just the reality of the environment. Most traders lose money. Modern prop firms, all these futures firms, Top Step, everything, they make money when traders lose, right? It's not like a brick and mortar Wall Street prop firm where they invest in their traders' education and future and then they take a profit split and they only make money when their traders make money. That's not how it is. So what I'm skeptical about is like, how are they gonna create a trading environment like that with no rules to fail people and still be very profitable as a business? Because there's a reason all these prop firms have rules, you know what I mean? SM2 with ES, yeah, this is not coming down, so I'm good. It's not coming down. Right now we're just choppy up the highs. This session sucks. This is like, we moved right here off the lows. That's it. They copy trade you on a master account. Yeah, but they have the other. I don't know, man. I gotta hear more about that. I mean, it sounds great from like a trader perspective in terms of the environment. It sounds great. I get what they're trying to do, and you know, maybe they're cooking, but I just am skeptical on like how they're gonna do that. I can ask them, like I know EA, you know what I mean? I can ask them right now if you guys want. No payout, zero zero drawdown, zero consistency rule, zero minimum winning days, zero payouts. You're funny, Lambo. Make sure you guys get the 0 accounts. There's 0 rules and 0 payouts. This is ass price. But nah, I like what EA's trying to do. They're trying to set a standard in the space. And they're trying to like lean into that better environment for traders. How they do that effectively is what's interesting to me. But EA itself is like a reputable CFD firm, so this is just chop chat. And we still have that 1 hour Sibi looking decent on NQ. It's so misleading to me. It's just chop. Yeah, ES has to give, you know what I mean? Like it just ES has to give at some point. Or NQ has to give and ES just rips up the previous day high, but I lean lower still. Just stalling. Either NQ gives and ES pushes up to PDH, or this flips right here. Oh, my bad, for real. Yeah, the other EA account structures are going to be different from the 0, but that specific account structure of 0 rules, I just don't understand how they're doing that. It's end of day drawdown, so is that the only rule? Someone commented on their thing and said bad to rinse, y'all. Yeah. I mean, what kind of PA is this? That's what I'm saying, bro. This whole session's bad. Like, this session is not good. I think the whole week's been bad, based on what people were telling me. Yesterday wasn't that bad. For you, lover. I mean, this is bad. This session was better than today, that's for sure. And I think Monday was horrible. This is David Goggins right now. Which prop am I talking about? I'm talking about EA Markets. Zay was telling me, Zay Gilly in the chat was telling me there's a 0 account that they're talking about promoting coming out. I'm curious how they're gonna make it work. Like, chat, you guys know on stream, I am extremely transparent about everything. I want you guys to understand the environment. I want you guys to understand how you're, how to trade prop firms correctly, because there absolutely is a correct way to trade prop firms and there's an incorrect way to trade prop firms. What I don't want to do is just, bro, there's people out there, chat, that literally just, they show the affiliate, they want traders to lose, they don't care about their viewers, they don't care about the people that watch them, they just want to make money off affiliate. I have an affiliate code, but I'm telling you guys, I trade prop firms myself and I actually make money from it, and I want you to do it the right way. If I wanted to, I could just be like, everyone go use the firm and gamble. No, that's not the right way to trade prop. Like, when I'm talking about prop firms, I'm teaching you guys how to do it the right way so you can actually extract payouts and take advantage of the opportunity. You need to learn the rules. You need to understand that prop firms are a business and their interests are not aligned with yours. The modern prop firm, it's not. They make money when traders lose money, and most traders lose money. So you need to set yourself apart and not be like most traders, right? The only reason I'm pulling payouts out of the market is because I'm not like 90% of traders. I really do this, you know what I mean? It took a long time to get here, but that's what you need to do to extract money from prop and, you know, scale the skill set. Because if you can use them the right way and approach prop firms the right way, you can actually scale your skill set, and it's a really good opportunity. Like I can put, you know, a couple grand into a live right now and probably grow that and push it. But that exact, you know, let's say 4 grand, 5 grand, if I throw 5 grand in from payouts last month into a live versus putting 5 grand into scaling with more accounts with prop, bro, the upside is I can make way more off 5 grand with prop than I can in my live. I can throw it in my live and push risk a little bit more and it'll grow. I'll definitely grow it, but the access to capital that I get from the 5 grand that I put into a live versus with prop is night and day. I'll get way more out of that 5 grand with prop. And we're coming down. Finally, man. Finally. Just waiting, man. It's just super choppy. Like, I like how this is gonna come down now, but yeah, you guys need to approach prop the right way, man. What I'm not trying to tell you to do is just gamble on prop. There is a right way and a wrong way to approach prop, and most people approach it the wrong way. So you got to learn the environment. You got to learn why they'll fail your accounts. You got to learn why they make money and why, you know, most traders lose money. And you have to go against the grain and not do what everyone else does. Don't just approach prop. Like when you get an account, you shouldn't just be gambling. You should be managing risk. You should understand the rules. You should focus on the things that I preach every single day, which is adapting to the session and taking base hits. Because if you can consistently learn how to take base hits every day and get a piece of these markets daily, then you can scale that up with a copier. So anything I promote on stream chat, like you guys know very clearly, I have affiliate codes in the bottom of the screen, and I'll get a commission if you use the prop firms. But these are prop firms I actually use, that I actually recommend, and you understand what you're getting yourselves into. Like, regardless, whether you're watching my stream or not, you guys know you're gonna get prop firm accounts, right? So I might as well do my best, everything in my power, to teach you how to really pull money out of them, which most people don't do. So that's my thing is, like, I want you guys to actually approach these prop firms the right way. Because if you approach it properly and you actually learn how to trade and you can do the things that I preach every single day, then you can actually pull consistent payouts and you can scale that with Tradecopia or whatever copier you want. I use Tradecopia because I think it's the best one. But the point is, you can scale base hits very quickly with prop firms. 2-3 grand that you would put in a live versus putting 2-3 grand in prop is going to get you way more bang for your buck. You're going to get so much more access to capital. Now there's going to be a little bit more restrictions and rules, but that doesn't limit my trading because I'm not going for high R. Like we said, chat, it's got to come down here if it's going to come down. Now we have the 15-minute Bissy. You want to see that if this is going to keep coming down, I should do it so here. If ES flips and shows a good weakness, we could try to play trend down into these lows. But this session sucks, chat. This is not a good session. Just being blunt. This session is not good. Yeah, exactly, Buggle. The correct way to trade prop firms is to wait until you actually know how to trade. Or if you're going to do it, if you're going to learn with prop firms, like let's say you guys are still learning how to trade. If you're going to learn with prop firms, and you're okay with losing $50 total, pay $50 for an account and just go really slow. Like, pay $50 for an account that you don't have to pay for monthly, like a one-time fee. If you're gonna learn on prop, the right way to learn on prop is to actually just go slow and get a one-time fee, like maybe spend $50. Like, if you're fine losing $50 learning how to trade which you should be, in my opinion. There's learning, like, you're going to pay to learn how to trade. I lost a lot of money in the beginning of my trading too, but you don't need to lose a ton of money. You're gonna lose money learning how to trade, but you don't need to lose $100,000, $200,000, or tons and tons of money. I think overall the first 2 years I lost a couple grand learning how to trade, which I probably could have avoided, but I don't regret a thing. You know what I mean? It's market tuition. But yeah, the right way to trade prop is to actually become profitable, learn a model, which I teach, learn an edge and a strategy, learn how to manage risk, learn how to be self-sufficient and consistent with base hits. Every single thing that I preach on stream every day. Once you can effectively, you know, put that to use on your own, then you're ready to buy a prop account, in my opinion. But if you don't have a strat, or you don't have any consistency, or you don't have any approach, you're basically gambling on prop. I really like how you showed how to pass a prop firm quickly. I've been trading like a snail the past year and just sitting on them. If you know how to trade, then yeah, there's no reason to trade like a snail. It depends on where you're at. But if you're learning, I don't see anything wrong with that. It's different, you know, it's different circumstances for different people, different goals, different approaches, different levels of, you know, different chapters of their book trading. I become more holy after I trade. Yeah, lucids are like $70 for a 50K flex. Exactly. So if you're okay with losing $70, then just get that account. Now you're $70 skin in the game risk total. Your worst case scenario, learning how to trade, you lose $70 on that account. And if you don't want to lose $70, just trade demo. But to me, it's like, for me, especially in the beginning, I didn't like trading demo because it just felt like I had no investment in it. Like, I needed to have a little bit of money in it to follow my rules and buy in, if that makes sense. And I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. So I always learned, like, I learned on demo a little bit, and then I started trading prop firms, and then I really refined through prop firms. So I always had a little bit of skin in the game. But I also deposited real money, but that was more for like options, and I was just getting cooked. Like, I had live accounts trading options, and I was just getting fried. But some people, like myself, like I just described, need a little bit of skin in the game to stick to their rules and buy into what they're doing and be disciplined. Because on demo, it's kind of just like, you know what I mean? So if that's you and you need a little bit of skin in the game, maybe get a cheap account with a quick activation fee. That's how you guys know what I'm being genuine too, because I promote Lucid because it's a good firm, and I don't even have a code right now. Like, there is actually zero. All I'm doing is giving them business. Like, there is zero personal gain for me at all to say Lucid is a good firm and to get accounts with Lucid. But I do it because it's a good firm and I care about you guys, and I want you guys to be with good firms. Like, I literally don't have a code. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want you guys to to know the environment, trade with good firms, and just focus on consistency every day. If you can extract a little piece out of ES and NQ every day, then you can scale that up with firms on a copier. But before anything, it's like a baby. Like, you gotta crawl, then you gotta get on your feet and learn how to stand, then you gotta start to slowly walk, and then you can start to run. The order matters, right? You don't just scale up prop before you have any consistency trading. You need to learn the model and be consistent as a trader, and consistently see it in the data that you're trading to be like, okay, I've been green 6 months now, or 4 or 5 months now in a row, maybe I can, you know, put a little bit more money into this and try to scale it up. Or if you get an account and you hit a payout on it and you're seeing in your data, you're consistent with your trading, then you can start to scale a little bit. But you got to learn the order of operations. It's PEMDAS. It's trading PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, then multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. You don't just scale up before you're consistent. I'm yapping, but what I'm saying is facts. So are we looking for shorts again? Bro, price sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even really looking for anything right now. There's a 1 hour SIBI right here, and I still feel like NQ can come down, but ES just is they're just decoupled. Like ES is holding up, ES is rejecting its 15-minute bullish gap. NQ to me feels weak and heavy. It's just low probability price that I'm not interested in. 5 minutes just range. We're just not. Unfortunately, we're just not. There's no opportunity right now. We'll see if we can get something before the end of the day, but right now I'm really not interested in this. It's like NQ wants lower and ES just wants to hang around up higher because it's way stronger. Bottomus? I don't get it. I'm not gonna lie. Bad PA today? Yeah, it sucks. It's not good. I don't think it's lagging. It shouldn't be lagging. It doesn't show any issues for me. I'll just refresh. It shouldn't be lagging though. I'll usually be able to tell with the numbers in the bottom if it's lagging. Yeah, I don't think it is. It might just be your internet for a second there. Way too blessed to even care. I just got the whip notes. Got faith like mustard seed. Yeah, nothing's jumping out, man. It's look at the difference right here. Look at the structure. I mean, this alone should tell you. Just mark out the structure. Look. That alone should tell you they're not agreeing. Just doing that. Look at the structure. They're decoupled right now. Like ES is very strong and holding up, and NQ wants to go lower. NQ's rejecting the 1 hour SIBI like we wanted. If these were in agreement, we would have shorted these highs and had a good short back down. But they're not in harmony. That's why the model's named that. Like we're not seeing ES and NQ trade in harmony right now. So one of them has to give. I would prefer it's ES, but it's probably just gonna keep chopping. They don't agree right now. Bro, I think there's a fly in my room. What the heck? How is there a fly? Bro, there is. No. No. How is there a fly in my house right now? Hold on, this is gonna drive me mad. Yeah, they're not trading in harmony right now. Get out. Send him to the gulag chat. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna leave the door open so hopefully he leaves and then I gotta get it outside. I don't wanna kill it. I don't like to kill things. Can it form another SMT into the high? What you mean? Right here? Look at the difference. Look at the 15-minute chat. So you're seeing a beautiful nuance, a beautiful example of something I talk about all the time. Bro, there's a... This is going to drive me mad. He needs to get out. This is actually going to drive me sick. Oh, he just left. Alright. I'll let him outside after the stream. But no, you're seeing a very, very clear nuance right now where NQ is pulling price down and ES is holding it up. So there, it's like tug of war. When we have decoupled price, when we have decoupled PA, it's like tug of war between ES and NQ. So right now ES is holding price up and NQ. So one of them needs to give for us to see price trade in harmony again. Hence why I call the model that, right? When I take good high probability A setups, they're trading in agreement and harmony with each other, right? NQ wants to pull down right now. NQ looks heavy and ES is just still holding up. You need to see ES go. I still like lower, man. And we just traded up into the 1 hour SIBI. Now I think we come back down and we reach for the daily gap still. I'm open to shorting, but it needs to make sense because all this was just chop, man. The delivery in the session sucks. We've literally been on side with price the whole time. Like everything we're looking for makes sense. The areas we wanted to see rejection at worked. Look, we literally said right here. I said if it's gonna come down, it's gonna come down from right here. Like we've been on side the whole day. The delivery is just terrible because ES is just fighting. Look at NQ and then look at ES. I have a pattern or a look I like to see on the higher time frame gap, but this is all about combo trading at the moment. If I can find these on a daily basis, and that I don't know what you mean. You'd have to show me what you mean. I have a pattern or a look I like to see on the higher time frame gap. I mean, it sounds like it's basically what we do, you know what I mean? We trade, it depends on the day though, because just trading off a higher time frame gap, I feel like it depends on how the session's delivering. Like you need more specifics around adapting to price action. Like if I was to be like, oh, I just trade 15-minute fair value gap every session, it's not enough to have edge. You have to have things around that to keep you adapting with price. So it could work if you refine it and get better with it. That's man, not good. This price, oh, it's coming back up, chat. Bro, this price is horrible. ES is gonna just. This sucks. This actually sucks because I would love to short NQ, but price is terrible. I don't really understand what you're saying. Longing, yeah. Oh, you're right. I already read that. This price sucks because ES is David Goggins. NQ really wants to pull down here. ES is gonna give. The longs up were decent, but that's the same thing. Would this have been messing with our accounts though? Because it hit TP off the news release. Honestly though, the best trade was this reversal off this. Go by me. Somebody say amen. It never made sense. Now I'm always stepping in the word like the pavement. Best trade of the day was 949. I agree. I already know what you're gonna say. I got it at 942, but yeah, I think this is the best trade of the day. The thing is, I was still looking for lower on NQ, like trend lower. To me, this is the best trade of the day. Right there. There's your setup of the day, reversal model off the lows. But NQ is so trendy right here that I wasn't trying to play that bottom yet. Look at how NQ looked. You see that? Look at the difference in structure on how NQ looked right here versus ES. That's what they baptized Jesus. I'm trying to go. And we had a daily gap right down here. But yeah, no, I agree. The longs off the lows were the best. Stay by me. Yeah, that little FVG tab too, the order flow flip. You either take the inversion or the order flow flip right. Can we be looking to short ES? I would not short ES. ES is way stronger. I would not short ES. If you're gonna short anything NQ, but right now I just don't like anything on it. We're just trading like this right now. But nah, if you're gonna short anything NQ, if you're gonna long anything, yes. But right now, horrible price. The longs off the lows were the play. But I was still trying to see if NQ wanted to reach into the daily gap. Oh Lord, fill me up, oh Lord. This sucks. Look at the discrepancy on the 1 hour chat. Here's ES's 1 hour candle. Here's NQ's 1 hour candle. That is horrible. Oh my gosh. Really bad. But yeah, longs off the lows played nice. That's a reversal off the lows. Thing is, I wasn't looking for range protocol yet. Tough. The protocol on this one, we had the wrong protocol. I was looking to play trend into the lows. The areas we look for trades at consistently give setups every single day. Today was just one of those areas where I'm like still potentially on trend to the lows. Fill me up, oh Lord, fill me up, I need you, I need you. Did you guys take anything or no? But yeah, study this for reversal. It's the only thing about it was, like I said, NQ is looking trendy to the lows. If NQ was in a range and we were deemed clear range protocol, we long this all day, every single session, all day. Like 10 out of 10 times, 100 out of 100 times we long this area. If NQ was looking more rangy and it was clear range protocol, it's textbook. Like textbook low sweep. And then you just target range highs. You literally just target range highs. You don't get greedy with it. You take your 2.1 and you take that base hit and you're happy with it. That's the range protocol logic. This is textbook range high. Now you're break even. You're out. That would have been the base hit for the day. I don't need anything more than that. Just put my heart back together. I search the words to my head, it hurts just to find out your ways better. This price sucks. I think you respected that bullish 5-minute gap. This little one, yeah. Even when I was special. It is a straight chop. Always get me higher. Even on my darkest days, you're a lighter. My messiah. Look at this 1 hour. It tells you everything you need to know. You look at the 1 hour, you have enough information to say, okay, yeah, let me just wait. This week is gonna have no dang trades, bro. This price sucks. We couldn't trade Monday, Tuesday. Jesus, you're always better. You're always better. You're always better. Jesus. Better, better, better. Boo! We might find something. We'll see. I don't know if this is gonna flip or not. If ES gave with speed, like if ES really gave up with speed and just turned over, and then NQ gave us a trend model, we could play that to the lows. But other than that, I'm good. We would really need to see ES turn over here and then play trend to the lows on NQ. This price is straight chop range on ES. I thank God for the life I live. This is what I did on New Zealand dollar yesterday. I marked out the high of the third candle, took the inversion when it turned back down. Yeah, I mean, that's... Bro, I can't type. Where's the trade? I mean, this is 4-hour range here. This was good trend. Where was your trade? Yeah, post it in the Discord main chat if you want. We're within daily gap, but we're overlapping the lows. It's just shop right here at fair value. Daily gap. So you shorted this candle down. So you go to the daily gap, then what? Marked out the high of the third candle and took the inversion when it turned back down. Bro, it's too confusing with all my lines. Hold on. There's the daily gap. Where the flip is it? You shorted this high? I mean, I think you need more than that, but you're basically doing you're basically trading how you trade Harmony, but there's a lot more to it. You know what I mean? You need more than this. Like just a 1 minute off the daily, and then like overall structure, the framework, the risk management, the profit targets, all these things need to be ironed out. to just like play the higher time frame gap and then wait for an inversion, it's not enough. You know what I mean? It's not going to be consistent through different market regimes. There's not enough there. I don't think that this will consistently work. I don't know how to explain it. If you like trading like that though, like that's literally what we do with Harmony, but more, way more refined. Like way more rules around what we're doing. It's more adaptable. But I mean, that's at its simplest, we're trading liquidity and fair value gaps. Like I'm playing off of fair value gaps like that the same way. So if that resonates with you, that's basically what we do here. It's just a lot more refined. Like that's you having it at its simplest form. Higher time frame gap, play the flip on the lower time frame, but you need more than that in my opinion. Like you need more in terms of systematically breaking it down in a way that you're adapting to everything about price. Like what are you going to do in chop? So if New Zealand dollar doesn't have a higher time frame gap, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like you need to have that ability to adapt, which is what we do with Harmony, if that makes sense. Because if the whole model is just trading daily gaps all through here, you're just never trading every single day. Like you trade right here, it's just not enough. You need more. You know what I mean? You need more out of it. It's just too, like if it was that easy, everyone would do it. You know what I mean? There has to be way more to the system than just mark out the daily gap in short. So like here's your first flip. Would have been loss. There's another flip. That one played. But to where you need more, you know what I mean? You need a system. Just doing daily gap, flip on the lower time frame out, it's not close to enough. But that's my opinion on everything. But if you resonate with trading off gaps, that's what I'm saying. Like that's literally how we trade, is off gaps. Gaps and liquidity. So I use swing points and fair value gaps. That's how I trade. It's just very refined. I like what you're getting at. You just need more to the system, you know what I mean? Like not in terms of overcomplicating it. You need more in terms of adapting. You probably need more out of the approach. Like, are you only trading New Zealand dollar? Are you filtering through stuff for daily gaps? The whole system needs to be very thought out. Like with Harmony, I have different approaches for trend versus different approaches to consolidation. I have different approaches to identify which is stronger and which is weaker. So I look at them together, coinciding with each other, to paint the full picture of price, but also to get me in the right ticker to trade. From there, I have very specific targets on each trade. I'm trading the markets level to level, and I'm taking base hits at these levels instead of just like you need more, you know what I mean? It needs to be more refined. Backtesting's fine for like pattern recognition, but in terms of really becoming a good trader and especially good at executing, you got to just show up every day and watch the charts. When ES and NQ are not on the same page, is that you chop? Yeah, it's bad price. They're decoupled. So like right now, they're literally. Would you look to short this 15? No, because ES is so strong. ES won't come down. Like I said, I needed ES to even consider shorting. I need ES to turn over and it won't. So I guess this just keeps going up. Maybe PDH, I guess, right here. ES wants that high and then it can finally turn over. But interested in PDH longs? I don't know. ES is not giving up, so it definitely looks like it's going to reach into PDH. You could try to play trend into that high, yeah. But yeah, it's been low probability price because NQ's been pulling down and ES is still trying to obviously reach out for PDH. So it's just bad price. But this is going to go reach into PDH and then maybe ES will finally turn over, but I don't know. But overall, the session is terrible. The delivery was really bad. Like the whole, from 9:30 to now, chat, ES and NQ haven't traded together in terms of harmony. Like they haven't agreed at all. It's almost like they're in an argument the whole session. Like they just are not on the same page. So when ES and NQ are not on the same page, you generally see bad price and chop. Chapter 1, elements to a trade setup. Let's look at PDH draw, and then from there, let's see if ES turns over or what. But price is really not good, chat. At least we can use today as a learning experience, and you guys will still learn things from every single session. We still have the entire month, man. This is the first week of July. You know what I mean? So Friday's a bank holiday, so I believe Thursday will be NFP, right? It's the first Friday of every week, but Friday's a bank holiday, so I think NFP's tomorrow. And you tap the 4-hour. Look at the look at the difference right now, bro. Yo, look at the, please, I want you guys to actually pay attention to this. Look at the difference between ES and NQ. And then you understand, like, just that alone tells you this is bad price. Look at the last 3 4-hour candles on ES, and then look at them on NQ. From where my cursor is. This is why the model is named Harmony, because our best days, our best trades, ES and NQ are in agreement. Holy voice crack. ES and NQ are in agreement, and the structure, the displacement, the intention of price is all aligned. But today, no. ES wants higher and NQ wants to pull down. Not in harmony. Exactly. They're decoupled. They don't agree at all. This is the opposite of trading in harmony. I've tried to look for areas today where ES would turn over and flip and they'd get in harmony, but they haven't at all. So there's just nothing to do. ES won't turn over and NQ is just holding it down. They're just in pure disagreement. You can see it in the structure. You can see it in the last 3 4-hour candles. You can see it in the way that, you know, the 15-minute is delivering on NQ versus ES, and then the structure. ES literally is about to make new highs, whereas NQ can't even put in a new high to this 15-minute. It's just night and day. If you trade today, you're a donut. Don't ever quote Dodgy in my chat again. Ever. I never want it. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm pretty sure Dodgy said that. I don't know. Whoever said it. Never quote Dodgy. Rule number 1. Actually, rule number 1 is never fade trading patiently. Rule number 2 is never quote Dodgy. Lambo's about to get put in timeout. 5-minute timer. Yes, previous day high draw is very clear, no? I believe this would be a clear draw, yes. I guess I'm a donut. Michael's catching strays. Michael is catching strays. You know what makes me not like this previous day high D trades is the fact that NQ does not want to do anything right now. Like NQ just wants lower and ES wants PDH. So what makes me not like that PDH draw is the fact that they're so decoupled. Everything we just talked about, they're not in harmony at all. It is literally like the whole session today. I forgot that I was trying to get a Pokemon drop. Fudge. That's how you know I love trading, man. I got too locked in. What did they drop? I'm out here having ADHD brain right now. But what did they drop? Big God, big blessings. I ain't worried about nothing, girl. Why you stressing? Did they drop anything? I don't think they did. All right, moving on. Price right now, the entire session has been one big tug of war, and so I don't really like trying to play to that PDH because NQ can't even agree on anything. This is literally priced the entire day. Like the entire session. Priced the entire day. That's your visual. If you guys have been paying attention to the stream today, you understand what I mean by this right now. I mean, you can see it right here on the 5-minute. NQ won't even create a gap. It won't even put in a new high. ES is about to reach into PDH. So I agree that the PDH draw is clear, but the way that price is delivering today, just extremely low probability. I wouldn't be surprised if this just like messes around again in this gap and then finally hits previous day high. This is one of those days that's a candidate where if you were to try to play the previous day high draw, I would give it more room on the stop. This price is terrible. But that not in harmony is enough to skip the trade on ES. Yeah, for me, this is bad price, man. If NQ flipped up with some speed and started to be strong, maybe you could play it. LOL, I just realized I need 52,500, not 53. Are you going for a max payout or are you just above buffer? Like, I would have played this D trades, but I was looking for lower still. I was looking for NQ to trend down into the daily gap, but we would have played this. Either that stop or this stop to the highs. That's the reversal model long right there. Yes, sir. S7. Seems it's a no trading day. Most likely. Price looks bad so far. Whole day's been bad, but we can still get something. Just depends on what price wants to do. Like, we literally have a 15-minute bearish gap we're trading into, and then ES is just ripping higher for previous day high. Alright, come on, just go reach for PDH. And maybe it'll finally turn over. Sometimes price is bad, chat. This is like real trading, you know what I mean? Like sometimes price is just bad. The last few weeks have been mid, and we're still green every week. Honestly, the last 3 weeks of price action have been horrible. We were cooking for like 2 months straight, and price was trendy and beautiful, and we were absolutely cooking every single day. Then it shifted to chop, and what did you see? We've still been able to maintain green and stay consistent. And the only reason we're able to do that is because we recognize chop and we adapt to chop, and we know when to sit out and we know when to pick our shots. If I was just trading willy-nilly, or if I was just trying to treat price the same way it was trading over here, I would be getting absolutely fried in these markets. But that's market experience, and that's just, I've been there before. I've already walked through that fire and learned from that, right? I've always, like I said, I've been a really good trend trader for a long time, but I needed something to trade chop, or I needed some approach to keep me out of chop, or some approach to adapt to chop. And so that's what we've built into, which is now why we've been able to stay consistent and green 3 weeks straight in range. Pretty rangy price. Like, we haven't done anything when you really look at this daily. Like, we've been in this range. The weekly is chop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 weeks have been consolidation at all-time highs on the weekly. Look at the daily candle on the NASDAQ and then look at it on ES. And you're going to see someone on Twitter take a win and be like, today's price is so good, bro. This is the opposite of a good price. I ordered xylitol to put in my coffee instead of doing honey because it's better for your teeth. I don't know if it came in or not. Just keep your eyes on him. What is the point of it? Love your patience. I appreciate it, man. It's in the name. I just know what I'm waiting for, and when you know what you're waiting for, it's easier to submit to it and wait for it. Like, I know exactly what I need to see to put on risk, you know what I mean? And so if I don't see that, there's nothing for me to do, and it's easy to submit to that and submit to waiting for that when you know exactly what you need to see. It's harder to follow rules if you don't have them in place, if you don't know what they are. It's harder to wait for an edge or a model if you don't know what your model is. It's harder to manage a trade and exit at the right time or target the right areas if you don't have those put in place before the trade. That's why every trade I take, you see, it's all a preconceived, idea. The whole trade idea precedes entering the trade always. The structure is formulated before we enter. That always precedes entering. You don't enter then figure out where to exit. There's previous day high. I just, like, where are we going? You know what I mean? Here's the range high, and maybe it'll turn over now. Really bad, really bad price. People will see this move and be like, oh, it's so good, bro. 60 points on ES. But the whole delivery there was horrible. I think I'm done for today. I'm up 12 million. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out Michael, man. Yo, Michael, you almost got that funded the other day. Or you almost got that eval. I know you saw that and we're like, no. I was laughing about it after. I forgot to mention that on stream. I forget where the level is. Bro, Michael, your level I was going to buy you that eval if it hit the level. Remember we talked about that? It was like a minute away from hitting that level at the end of the day. At 3:59, it made like this hard. I forget where it was. Did you see that though? I was like, no way. I looked at it after the fact. I wasn't watching it at 4, but I looked at it after the fact and I was like, no way. It came so close to hitting. Was that Friday or what? I don't know what it was. It was Asia and whatever day. I think it was Friday. Dude, it was so close. I want to see this, bro. Okay. Yeah, dude. It was this. It was this. So this was, if you guys were in the stream, Michael said he wanted to see it come down for Asia lows. We both were bearish. Like, I agree with him that that it was bearish. We wanted to see it come down. But I just didn't think price had the juice to get down here the same day. Like, I thought price was, it was a Friday consolidating. I thought price was just going to mess around in this range. And so I told Michael, like, I just think it's going to do this type of thing. And he's like, all right, if it comes down to Asia low, if it comes down to Asia low here again today, then you buy me eval. And I was like, all right, bet. So here's what happened. I saw this after the fact. So this, where is it? Where did the, I know I'm not going insane. I just had a drawing. It just vanished. All right. This was Michael's funded, this green line. If it hits this level before 4 p.m., Michael would get a eval. I keep calling it a funded eval. Look at the run we made. Look at the run we made at 359, bro. I saw this after the fact and I was like, no way. I think, where's NQ too? I think, was NQ even closer? Nah, NQ was a little bit further. But yeah, nah, that was crazy, bro. Sorry about that. That was crazy. This candle was trying to clutch up and get you eval, bro. They said, let me get him his eval at 359. That would have been the funniest way for you to get it. I would have loved that. We got to do more of those. That'd be fun. Like, if we hit a certain level on the day, someone will get a eval. Alright, so are we just going to leave the daily gap and keep going up? The thing is, NQ doesn't want to do... Alright, I mean, it's starting to. That's good. I was going to say, NQ doesn't want to do that, but it's starting to put in new highs. Let's see if NQ catches up. Like, let's see if NQ keeps pushing up. Oh, this ain't as big as it gets. Alright, Lambo. Peace out, bro. You see that thing coming in quick. If you're in a long yes, chat, not NQ. I bought Mariano Rivera. Find a niche. Yeah, this was a weird day, but yes, it's just David Goggins. Let's see if NQ plays some catch up and we keep going. Next highs are right here. But when I go back to my dogs, they see a whole different person. I'm gonna let Usher, I won't let it burn. I have not grabbed anything. I'm flat. This ain't as big as they get. I'm tripping and taking a risk. They're crazy decoupled, bro. This long right here would have been a good reversal we were talking about, but at that time I was trying to play NQ down to the lows, to the daily gap. I don't know, this whole session was weird to me because to me, like I was explaining it to them before, to me, this looks range in chop. And so this to me would be playing range externals. But then this to me looks trend and extremely weak. And then I zoomed out and we had daily gap right down here. So I felt like NQ may want to trend down for daily gap. And so I was looking for trend towards PDL, aka daily gap. But as soon as ES swept out that low, I was like, dang, this is going to work right back up. And then from there, I was just trying to see if we can turn back over towards daily gap, but it's just only pushed ups. And they're just super decoupled. Honestly, the last 15 minutes is the only time they've pushed together. Yeah, there's a ton of strength on ES. This is one of those days where like you just have to be in ES if you're long. Like there's just no reason to long NQ or vice versa. But yeah, this is like one of those clear days where ES is just David Goggins level, not giving up on longs, and it's the only right ticker to, like, it's very obvious today which ticker to long. We flipped over that. So this is like that inversion logic we talked about, right? It's just failure to offer fair value, you seek the highs. And then we had PDH draw on ES. Yeah, I don't know. This whole session was weird. We were gonna try and short this back down off the high, and then we just completely avoided it because ES was so strong. So I was like, I basically was, look, because this is range low. So like, here's what I was watching at first. This is the one setup I was considering. We swept out range low. The range low sweep, I was looking for trend down. We swept out range low. Now we have range high, and then it set up this 1 hour SIBI. And so I was looking to see if this wanted to sweep the range high and then trade off the 1 hour SIBI down. We just full on passed on it because ES was so strong and NQ wasn't delivering well. So we just fully passed on shorting NQ there, which is nice. We avoided a loss there just off discretion and ES strength. But flipping to long felt weird too because of how, like, we could have tried to maybe long up here, but it's tough. It was a weird session. ES is so strong, man. Could we maybe play to these next highs? So are we just gonna say F the daily gaps then? I guess we're just gonna say F the daily gaps. It hit that OB to the T. That's crazy. Look. At least now NQ's like starting to agree a little bit. I mean, look at this last hourly candle. Like, that is bad. That is bad. At least this candle now, we're starting to catch up a little bit. Let's go, Chris. That I feel like that one was easy though, cause it's like it's right. It was probably right there, no? Or were you in lower? Like PDH. I guess it depends where you entered. The session was ass though. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like yes, it was strong and moved, but the way it did it was like the weirdest way possible. I mean, I liked this, but we were still looking for a trend. I liked that. Dude, that would be an absolute screamer. Imagine holding on to runners on this. Imagine having runners on this to PDH. That's 5R on half. I probably would have just taken this. I'd just take that base hit. That's the best thing I've seen. But again, we were looking for lower NQ to the daily gap at that specific time, and then we flipped back up. Come on, give me a little love. My bad. You're right. My bad. Let me give you your flowers. That's still progress to trade into PDH. I gave you a backhanded compliment. My bad. Keep practicing that, bro. It's good. I mean, take your base hits and all that, but also you could hold the runners to draw. I mean, does this still want to go towards the next highs? It's just, we've gotten a big push. NQ at least now is agreeing. Going back to demo, that's solid. Demo's good for learning. Bro, Scotty. Oh yeah, I got burnt. I'm burnt, bro. My shoulders are burnt too. I got a lot of sun. Bro, Scotty choked. I like Hovland though. I got hella sun because we went to the Travelers and then we went to the beach after, so I'm burnt. My shoulders are even more burnt. There's your 5-minute internal. I don't know, man. If this holds up, we could try to long to the next buy side high, but just a matter of if that wants to even sustain up. I would not want to see this bottom 15-minute gap get hit. Look at this. Look at this discrepancy, bro. Look at this candle. Or this price leg. That price leg, and then this. Makes sense. Beautiful price. IQ is super strong though, for sure. The Los Angeles Lakers are acquiring Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz. Free agent center Mitchell Robinson has agreed to a 3-year, $47.4 million deal with the Celtics. We just signed Mitchell Robinson. He's kind of mid. All right. NBA news. Can we play a trend model long up to the next highs, or is this just gonna come right back down? Because we just swept out 4-hour high right here. And NQ just like can't do anything. There's no gap down. Can we get started now? Because I'll give it a little bit more time to see if we can catch a trend model long. That's the range external, but ES has been so strong. I'm not trying to short. There's the highs. I just don't feel like there's any targets. Now ES is like basically trending on the 15, and then NQ's range. Great. It's a marathon. Woo. It's a marathon. I think I have to hit that 15-minute gap before going bullish. You could play the 5-minute internal up, but still short bias or long bias. Yeah, it took out a level where it could come down off of, but if it holds up, I'd look for the next highs right here. So if this pops back up again, we could maybe play trend to the next highs right here, this gray line. This right here. We did just take out those highs though. And then NQ's just NQ, and the whole session's been decoupled and bad. I'm about to spin. This how I look when you fire your soul, but this how I look when you fire is free. I'm about to spin. Get the Bible, put your hand on it. I'm about to spin. Does this still have the juice to get to those highs? I don't know. I feel like we're losing steam. I'm gonna listen this time. No, I can see it. You can have me, oh God. Let's see. I don't know, chat. I feel like this is losing steam, but if it comes down, pops up off this hard, we can maybe try to play into the next highs if it's gonna show intention to do that. I don't know if it will though. Eternity. 100% win rate today. Let's go. Price sucks, man. I don't know if we're gonna get anything because this is probably not gonna pop up. If it does, we could try to play it. If this sustains over this high, like if we pop up hard off this and then NQ comes back up, then we could play to the next highs on ES. But the way that NQ's acting the whole day, it just sus. Weird ass session. Like this is like top 5 weird sessions lately. Slow down. I'm very slow, man. I've been waiting the whole session. See if we can pop up off these internals, and if not, then it's probably no bueno. You meant the market slowing down? Yeah, I agree. I thought you were telling me to slow down. I'm like, man, I've been waiting the whole session for something. I think the market's slowing down too. I don't know if we want to run to these next highs. I think this is cooked, man. The NQ is coming way down. This whole session is so, I don't even know, just weird. I've been quiet, like just chilling, because I'm just checked out of this session. It's not doing nothing. It would have to pop hard off of this retracement to consider longs to this high, because now we're just coming back down. Price is slowing down. NQ is still hella weak, and ES is still holding up. For sure, man. I appreciate it. We'll be live again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll smack a nice little trade tomorrow. If we can get a nice little win tomorrow, we'll close out 2-3R on the week. I didn't even trade Monday, Tuesday, and then today has just been weird as heck. This has been a very weird stream. The whole session. There's a little bit of wonky price today where we've been fighting the whole session. You decide to leave the 99 for the 1. It's a war in the city, it's a war outside. Just realize it's a war in the mind. This is sus, man. I can't. I don't think I can do it. It's just so sus. It doesn't have any speed up. We really need to see something out of it to consider that long. It hasn't even flipped. Really slow session. I can't let the old me win. There's nothing here. We'll get sun tomorrow. We will get something tomorrow. This is still trading over that too. Look at NQ. It's a war in the city, it's a war outside. Just realize it's a war in the mind. I mean, NQ just keeps going down and ES is just stalling. We'll see what happens here, but yeah, I'm most likely flat today, guys. We'll see what happens if this pops hard. Like if we pop really hard right here, I'll consider a long into these highs. But ES is losing steam and NQ is just still weak like it's been the whole session. So it would have to pop hard off these lows. This is this is slow, bro. What if 1 minute change in state? It's just there's literally nothing. It's dead. I don't trade CISD, but like I would need to see a good pop in energy, and price has none, so it's looking increasingly cooked. Oh, I am almost at all-time highs again. Bro, what are we looking at? This is why trading's so hard, because you can sit here all day and get nothing. Or you can sit here all day and lose money. That's real trading. Most people can't do that. You gotta be built different. I need to see like really good speed up to play that long. Otherwise it's good. Because right now there's just no juice, and it's 12 now. It's now lunch hour with no juice. Not looking good. Is it lunch hour bullshit? And not always. You sit in the right posture, bro. Lift me up when I'm with you. I'm about to fall asleep, chat. I'm about to fall asleep for real. This is horrible. I got like maybe 5 more minutes of watching this, and if we get nothing, I'm calling it. There's a new 1 hour candle. Look at NQ. Look at yes. Great session. Redeem me, restore me, restore me, lift me up when I'm with you. Could this be? Could it be? Or is it just teasing? Bro, I don't know. I feel like I'd just be forcing it if I hop into this to the highs. I don't know. Let me see NQ get up, get some good speed up, because I feel like this is gonna keep chopping. This is gonna keep chopping, bro. I've seen this story too many times before, man. This is cooked, chat. This is cooked. It's cooked. Tomorrow we'll find something good. Today was weird as hell. What a weird session, man. What a weird session. What a weird session. Not much you can do, man. That's trading. Sometimes you show up, you sit here, you wait, you lose money. Sometimes you show up here, you sit, you wait, you make no money. That's trading. That's what you guys signed up for, you know what I mean? So that's what we all signed ourselves up for when we started learning how to trade. So weird session. I like the longs off the lows, but I was looking for a trend down into the PDL here. So, and we were just decoupled the entire session. Like price, the entire session has been decoupled. Look at the NQ 1 hour and then look at the S 1 hour. Just the definition of decoupled price. So that's whatever. We'll be back again tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. We will ideally catch something good tomorrow. Apologies for not being live Monday, Tuesday this week, but I had stuff in real life to tend to, and so I wasn't able to trade or even look at charts really Monday, Tuesday. But I'm new to trading completely. What's advice to new beginners? Focus on the process, focus on learning how to trade. Don't focus on money. The number one thing you can do as a beginning trader is detach yourself from money and worrying about money or attaching your success to making money. Just focus on learning the skill set. Every single thing you do should be getting you closer to that goal of learning how to trade. Not making money, not making $1,000, $2,000, $100,000, but just getting better 1% each day with your process and building edge and building the skill set. See you tomorrow. All right, Samson, I'll see you, bro. Brian, appreciate you, man. Brian Luna. Appreciate you guys tuning in, man. I hope you have a great rest of your days. And like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Hopefully price is better, because today was weird. Today was a wonky session, but yeah, I appreciate you guys every single day. Grateful to do this. And yeah, man, we'll all talk soon. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.